Welcome back, everybody. This is Dave, and I actually have the chicken coop to the point where we're going to put chickens in it. This is 12 by 4. Got that interior wall over there that actually cuts off about 2 feet or so, and I've got going to have storage on the other side of that for my bees. So this is going to be about 4 by 10. And this is not permanent. This is right now, it's 95 degrees, and I am so upset because last night I had a chicken pass away. I've got them in a large livestock tub in the garage, and my God, it's been pushing 90 with 80% humidity here in Maryland recently. I don't even remotely want to turn the camera around. I look horrible because I have been working out here for the last 2 hours. But the chickens are ready to come out, and maybe we'll get some video of that. I did promise to show you when it was done. This is the nest box. Let me reach up there. I still have not got the roofing on, the roofing material. In fact, here's the drip edges. I got to get those on. There's the paper, and I've got a couple packs of shingles that were left over when we had our house shingled. I'll give you a quick tour though. I mean, the basic layout's going to stay the same, but some things will change. So this is the inside. These are the nest boxes, which are closed off right now, so that the birds don't get used to getting up in them and roosting or sleeping. Even worse, you don't want them sleeping in the nest boxes because that is going to be where they'll be defecating and everything else. My birds are only a little over 4 weeks old, 4.5 weeks old. And like I said, I've been really pushing to get this done because I'm running late already and very upset. I was almost done yesterday to have them out here, and I thought, no, I can finish one more night. I can finish, and I came out this morning and one of them was dead. I don't know whether they piled together on top of her and she smothered. I don't know what happened. They had plenty of food. They had plenty of water. There is a fan in the garage sucking air from outside in to give some cool, but nonetheless, so I'm down to, I'm down to 9 chickens. I originally was shipped 13. I ordered 11, was shipped 13. I used Cackle Hatchery. It's the first time I've ever ordered chickens. I don't have anything to compare it to, but I thought they were very good. They gave me 2 extra birds, and 2 birds died in transit. And then I had another bird that died within the first 36 hours. She just never seemed to thrive. And even though I was hand feeding her boiled egg and scrambled egg and all sorts of stuff, she just wasn't. She was clearly never as healthy as the others. So I'm walking around I'm going to walk around here while I'm talking. So this area I have to build the run, and the run still obviously is not done. Now what I did do was, it's grown over a little bit, took the tractor and I've dug a trench here. There's a quarry not far from us that sells recycled concrete. So the wall for the run is going to go right along here and down, and then we'll put the netting down into that trench. I'm sure you've probably seen this if you've done any kind of watching about chickens on YouTube or anywhere else. We're going to run the wire down into that trench. The trench is about a foot deep or so, maybe 10 inches. And then I'm going to pile this recycled concrete, which comes in chunks about half the size of my fist. And we'll pile it up in there, and you can see all the way down and around. This side is where I've got a couple of the beehives, and there's my lumber, as well as my ladder for crawling up on the roof, as much as I love that at 55 years old. But we're going to do it. It's all good. This right now is temporary. This is going to be probably where the door, I'm going to square this off and frame it up and tighten it up. It's going to be where the door is. It is so hot here though in Maryland right now, and the humidity is so high. What I did was I went ahead and screened this off with, you can see it's 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch maybe, 1/4 inch hardware mesh, and then I've got I've got the cutout where I cut that out. I put it on the bottom here. It's quite secure. And then we've got the wire screwed on. This will give them some ventilation though over the next week or so, where it's just supposed to be so brutally hot. Now this side, same deal as the other side really, except I haven't put the door on yet. So there's the doorway. We're on 30-inch posts, holding it up, keeping it up off the ground. I did not like the idea of the coop sitting flat on the ground. We have a lot of snakes around here, a lot of black snakes. I've heard them called corn snakes, I think. And they, I didn't like the idea of them being able to nest right underneath the, right under the thing. So with it elevated like this, we won't have to worry about that. The sides are each going to get a treatment of trim. So we'll put a 1x that butts up there. That'll cover up all these edges. All the corners are going to get that. We're going to get the door. Oops, sorry. The door is going to go here. And this will be... Sorry, I got a glare on you guys like crazy. I got a few tools in here. But this will be actually a closed off area that I can use to store beekeeping supplies. Probably throw a small trash can in here, one of those little gray trash cans with a lid, that I can keep some feed as well as some other chicken stuff. But this will be just a nice little area that I don't have to be toting stuff halfway across the yard. We are on 2 acres, and from my garage, you know, we're probably about 150 feet or so, which isn't, I don't want to sound like I'm like just feeble, but when you forget 2 or 3 things, so maybe it's my mind that's feeble, not my brain. Multiple trips across the yard, it's just frustrating when you're trying to get a job done. So the other thing we're doing, I'm gonna go over here just because this is happening right now. So it's so hot that the bees, I don't usually combine stuff. I usually do separate videos for everything. But the bees will actually crawl on the outside of the hive because they get so hot. And they, see, that's all the bees. And last year when this happened, I was so worried. I thought my bees were getting ready to swarm on me, but they're not. It's called bearding. And they do that. They get outside the hive. It helps cool off the hive. And they will actually sit there and fan their wings at the bottom of the entrance. Oops, at the entrance. And that will actually cool off the hive. Tomorrow, with this chicken thing done, see, you can see that hive only has 1 box. That hive was a split from this much larger hive. This hive doesn't have nearly as many on the board out front, although it does have some, as you can see there. And that's because it's got a much more area inside. So this one's only 1 box. I've got another box up in the garage. I'm gonna throw the bee suit on soon as I get home from work tomorrow. We'll put a second box on there. That'll provide more of like a chimney effect, more of a draft, and that should help them out immensely so they're not quite so hot in this weather. Whoa, hey, just got buzzed. I guess it's only bound to happen. So anyway, we're back over here where the chickens are, trying to keep all the livestock together, the birds and the bees. And once again, here's the side with the nest box. And what I'm going to do is, for the moment, so they've got a feeder right there. They've got a hanging water there. That's going to change because we're here at the door and I really don't want to have to deal with that every time I open. But I put them here temporarily so that while I'm building the run, I can easily access their food and water to change for them. Once the run's done, very likely this and this, maybe I'll keep a smaller dish inside for them, but most likely those are going to come out and be in the run. Hopefully the water is actually going to be underneath here, and in a much larger, I have a 5-gallon waterer that I can use. Last thing, the perches. I'm not sure because of the size of the birds. I hope these perches are not too high. I think they're probably just right for when the birds are full grown, but I'm not sure right now, so we'll just have to see. I'm going to hoist them, bring the birds out, put them all in here and see how they do. I didn't have any straws, so I grabbed a pack of pine chips from Tractor Supply. Tractor Supply really is my favorite store, I swear. They just have everything that you want when you're goofing off or doing stuff. So we gave them a nice thick bedding, and I think that's about it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you have any suggestions, please leave them below. Like I said, that's probably going to be the door, and then they're going to have a good size run. The run's going to be about 10 feet by 20 feet. For 9 birds, that's a lot of space, but it allows me some room to possibly grow my flock next year if I choose to. So this is Dave. I appreciate you stopping by. I appreciate you listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed looking at the new coop. And as I continue to make improvements, I'll of course continue to post updates. Thank you very much. Everybody out there, stay safe, be prepared, and what else? I got to come up with a catch line. And take no prisoners. How's that? That'll do for now. Dave out. Thanks.